The restaurant was spotless. Polished floors, chandeliers glowing like a $1,000,000 promise. Every table perfectly aligned. It was the kind of place where the cheapest appetizer cost more than a working man's daily wage. At the far end, Marcus was bent over, pushing a mop across the marble. His uniform was faded, his shoes squeaked, and his back ached from the double shift. But his rhythm was steady. He had pride in his work, even if no one else seemed to notice. No one except the manager. "Hey, Marcus," called out Rick, the general manager. His voice was loud enough for the waitstaff to hear, dripping with that fake cheerfulness that was always just a cover for cruelty. "Careful, man. Don't break your mop. It's worth more than your paycheck." A couple of waiters chuckled nervously. They didn't want to laugh, but around Rick, silence felt dangerous. Marcus didn't look up. He just kept mopping. That only made Rick push harder. He strolled over, hands in his tailored suit pockets, leaning down just enough to make his words sting. "Tell me something, Marcus. What's it like cleaning up after people who'd never let you sit at their table? Must feel good knowing your job is making sure their world stays shiny while yours stays dirty." The laughter was louder this time. Marcus stopped, leaned on his mop, and finally met Rick's eyes. His voice was calm, almost quiet. "I don't need to sit at their table. I know my worth." Rick scoffed, turning back to the staff. "Hear that, guys? Man knows his worth." "Well, congratulations, Marcus. Your worth is $15 an hour and a free bus ride home." He smirked. He thought he'd won. What Rick didn't know, what nobody in that room knew, was that tonight at table 7, sitting quietly with a glass of red wine, was Daniel Hayes, billionaire investor, owner of the restaurant chain, and he had been listening the whole time. Daniel was a man who didn't need to announce himself. He didn't wear flash. His presence was subtle, but his silence was heavy. He had built an empire on reading people, spotting cracks in their armor. And right now he was watching his manager with cold, sharp eyes. The tension broke when Daniel's voice finally cut through the laughter. Calm, even, dangerous. "Rick," he said. The manager froze. His face went pale. He turned, stammering. "Mr. Hayes, sir, I didn't see you there. I was just mocking your employee," Daniel interrupted, his voice like steel. The room fell silent. Even the kitchen noise seemed to pause. Every waiter, every bartender, every cleaner felt the shift in the air. Rick tried to recover, his smile forced. "Oh, no, just joking around. Keeping the mood light." Daniel stood, adjusting his jacket, walking slowly toward Marcus. He didn't even glance at Rick. Instead, he looked directly at the janitor. "What's your name?" "Marcus, sir." "How long have you been here?" 5 years. Daniel nodded, thoughtful. 5 years. He turned to Rick, his expression unreadable. "And you've been managing this location how long?" Rick swallowed. 2 years, sir." Daniel let the silence linger. Then, with perfect clarity, he said, "You're finished." The words hit like a thunderclap. Rick blinked. "Yes, sir. You're fired. Effective immediately. Clean out your office." Daniel's voice never rose, but the weight of it crushed everything in its path. Rick's mouth opened and closed like a fish out of water. "But, Mr. Hayes, Daniel didn't give him the courtesy of another look. He turned back to Marcus. "I've been watching, and I like the way you carry yourself. Quiet dignity. That matters more than empty arrogance. From today, you'll report directly to me. Better pay, better hours, full respect." Marcus's eyes widened. His hands gripped the mop tighter, grounding himself. "Sir, I don't even know what to say." Daniel finally allowed the smallest smile. "You already said it. You know your worth. And that's exactly why you'll go farther than he ever could." The staff stood frozen, unsure whether to clap, cheer, or stay silent. But in that moment, every single one of them understood something they'd never forget. In the world of power and wealth, the true test of character wasn't how you treated your equals. It was how you treated the ones you thought beneath you. Rick left that night in shame, his arrogance stripped bare. Marcus, meanwhile, walked home with the same mop in his hand, but a new fire in his chest. For the first time in years, he didn't feel invisible. He felt seen. And the billionaire who saw him, he knew he'd just invested in the kind of man money could never buy. Because sometimes the most valuable person in the room is the one everyone else ignores.